Hi, Barbie. Just a bit of caution. This episode is part of an 8-week series on the trans allegory of the Barbie movie. And there's going to be so many spoilers, just like so many you don't even know. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, definitely do that first. You won't regret it, though. It's amazing. Okay, on with the show. Welcome to Tilly's Trans Tuesdays. Here we go. This week, Tillyvision dives into more timestamps to talk the intentional trans allegory of Barbie the movie, Part 2. Something's changing within us, and that's weird. Hi, I'm Tilly Bridges, your host, and I'm joined by my writing partner, my best friend, my wife, our token cis representation, the only lady I'd dance the night with, Susan Bridges.
Hello, I'm back again.
Our returning guest is Millicent Alexis Book, who, in addition to being an out trans woman and a pharmaceutical buyer for a rural hospital in Ohio, is also just a person who loves and is loved. Welcome back, Lexi.
Hello. Thank you for having me once more.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you about being out and trans in rural Ohio, which has been in the news a lot lately, and none of it's been good for trans people. Are you holding up okay? I imagine that must be really hard.
Oh gosh, yes. Well, I'm right on the border between Ohio and West Virginia, so I am caught up in two battles
Yeah.
because my home and my workplace are in two different states. And both of them have just been so oppressive on some of the news fronts, but I'm happy to say, at least in as far as my own situation is, I'm doing well despite that, despite everything. But
Yeah.
for the trans youth in Ohio and West Virginia, my heart goes out to them because they are still extremely repressed by what is going on in our legal systems. So to all of the trans and non-binary kids out there, just I want to let you know you are loved and you are going to have it better someday. I promise.
Yeah. We're going to make it better for them than it was for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For you, what has been the most surprising thing about your transition?
Oh, well, my sneezes finally started pitching up recently.
Wow.
Mine did too, though, if you think about it. They used to be...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have. Now they're hypersonically loud.
I'm in that phase right now too. And our transition is ever ongoing. So I'm sure there are many surprises yet to come. But right now, honestly, just going through what a lot of people describe as a second puberty.
Yeah. Isn't it fun?
It is. It leads to so much impulses that I would never have followed on with the hesitations that I've learned as an adult, as a queer adult. I've just become, so repressed in society and who I have been, and being able to express who I am and being able to be free has really opened up a lot of doors to just my behavior being more like it should be, and that's surprising.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I've talked about how I wasn't prepared or even aware of all the mental changes that would come with the hormone replacement therapy, and how much clearer it made my head, how much more it made me feel like myself, how much more access to my emotions it gave me. And it's wild. It's really good.
Absolutely.
Okay, if you had one piece of advice for people who are just beginning their transition, what would it be?
There's community out there to be had for trans and non-binary people, and anybody who finds themselves feeling alone, there's definitely communities out there that you can be a part of, and they the support they offer to you should not be underestimated. But that said, community is a two-way street.
Yeah.
And just be sure that you open yourself up to others and be willing to take on those risks, basically, is the best way to put it. Because, as I put in my bio, someone who loves and is loved,
Yeah.
It what you put out into the universe is what you get back a lot of time.
Absolutely right.
So
yeah.
Just remember that.
Wonderfully said.
Thank you.
And would you like to remind folks where they can find you online after listening?
Mystical Alexis on all sorts of platforms. And all of my links are upkept in Linktree/Mystical Alexis. The period is between TR and EE in Linktree. And I keep that updated with all sorts of places you can find me.
Perfect. And of course, the Tillyverse Discord server, which you can get to by going to the bottom. There's a link at Tilly'sTransTuesdays.com, because Discord links are not conducive to reading out to people.
No, they certainly are not. But yes, Tillyverse is my main home on the internet. Please check it
come
out.
hang with us. It's cool, and as you were mentioning, it's a very nice, supportive community of really cool people. So,
yeah.
All right, let's dive back into Barbie. 6 minutes, 40 seconds. Everyone in this world is artificial, yet it's very inclusive racially, by disability, by body type. Contrast that with the Mattel executives you see later, who are all cis men. Their races vary to show you some progress has been made, but neither I nor this movie are claiming racism isn't an issue. It very much is. But race is used with the Mattel executives to later show you that while there has been some progress, it's not remotely enough. There's no disability or body type representation, and cis white men still rule. 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Quote, "Money is not speech, and corporations have no free speech rights to begin with, so any claim on their part to be exercising a right is just their attempt to turn our democracy into a plutocracy." End quote. Listen, there's no transness in that, but in a movie about a corporate toy, that line is extraordinary.
I wonder if they had to fight for that to be in there.
I'm sure they did. 7 minutes, 34 seconds. I have no difficulty holding logic and emotion at the same time, and it does not diminish my powers, it expands them. This is another connection to The Matrix, specifically Reloaded, where Neo learns to listen to both logic and emotion to find the answer he seeks.
And also on the surface, it's like women are always painted as too emotional to do anything.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And plus, I've seen so much emotion come out of men in power, and nobody says,
everyone has feelings.
Exactly.
Weird.
Exactly.
So strange.
They put it on display, and then they're like, no, that didn't happen. Gaslighting all of it.
7 minutes, 41 seconds. In one of the only actual reflections in the movie, we only see Barbie's eyes in the car mirror, looking up and surrounded by stars. To me, this reads like she's looking forward to the true person she wants to see there, the stars indicating it's aspirational and feels out of reach. The thought of seeing the person she wants to see in that mirror gives her literal stars in her eyes, yet even here that reflection is incomplete. Super text. 8 minutes, 6 seconds. Ken only has a great day if Barbie looks at him. If Ken is the guy society has told Barbie to be, Barbie looking at him is seeing him, validating him, trying to be him because society said that's who she was. He needs her to see him for him to exist, basically. 8 minutes, 30 seconds. With all the high Barbies and high Kens, they're showing you that they're all the same, and this is within Barbie land, which is a lie. The conformity that society wants and tries so hard to force us into isn't the truth. 8 minutes, 43 seconds. There are no multiples of Alan, he's just Alan, and he's kind of ostracized by everyone, right? Look what awaits you if you're a gender non-conforming man, Barbie. Isn't it better to be a Ken?
I thought that was interesting too, because they contradict that later in the movie by saying all of NSYNC were Allens that escaped from the Matrix, the Barbie Matrix. And I thought these two things don't coexist, so why did that line stay?
Yeah.
Just food for thought.
Sometimes a joke is just a joke as well. So,
True.
9 minutes, 45 seconds. When the Kens all want to do the beach off, which will never not crack me up. That's all toxic masculinity in action, right? albeit delivered in a comedic way. They all feel they have to prove their manliness, act the part, and Barbie feels caught in the middle. Visually, you will see her in the middle of the two Kens, separating them. And that is how trans women pre-transition feel, because it's all an act, a costume, a role we never asked for and don't know how to play, and we're generally very, very bad at it. Notably, Ken is wounded from this attempt. So what does it say to you that when the shell of a fake man is wounded from trying to play the part, that Hari Nef, a trans woman, is the doctor who treats him? Transition can treat the problem and heal what hurts you. Super text.
You know, I read in an interview that Hari Nef was actually not able to make the scheduling for the recording, the filming, and she had to petition Greta and Margot to change the recording schedule so that she could make it and be in the film. And they did for her so that they could have her in the movie still. And I think that's amazing.
It is. Absolutely. Especially when her role is not one of the bigger ones. You know, to do that for a smaller role, a less well-known actor, because it's that important to you to have them in there, says a lot.
Absolutely.
11 minutes, 16 seconds. It's the dance party at Barbie's house, and there's some really important stuff going on here. Hari Nef, our only true trans representation in the movie, is the DJ. She's the one in control of the music. Not only that, but look at the record itself on the pink turntable. Remember again from the beginning, pink and blue together is indicative of transness. And what song is on that record? Dua Lipa's Dance the Night. And if you look at the lyrics, you are about to encounter a whole lot of metaphors for transness and denial and acceptance, friends. It's an incredibly trans song.
It's so trans.
Yeah, because the entire thing is about bluster, about hiding the deep sadness you feel, putting on a brave face, faking it, until all of a sudden everything changes, and now it's not about that at all anymore. Baby, you can find me under the lights, diamonds under my eyes. Turn the rhythm up, don't you want to just come along for the ride? I like Lexi's dancing. You can't see it, but I can, and it's great. Under the lights means everyone's looking at you. Those diamonds under her eyes are tears, which the song itself later confirms. But ignore all that. Just find the beat and go with the flow. People are looking. You can't let them see how sad you are. Oh, my outfit's so tight, you can see my heartbeat tonight. I can take the heat, baby. Best believe that's the moment I shine. These wrong clothes constrict and confine me. My heart is racing. People are going to notice I'm not wearing them right. But it's okay, it's okay. I've done this before. I've done this all my life. I can do it again. It'll all be fine. Because every romance shakes and it bends. Don't give a damn. When the night's here, I don't do tears. Baby, no chance. Her romance with Ken, the guy she doesn't want to be, is shaking. It's bending. She knows that's not what she wants. But no matter, put that brave face back on. Pay no attention to what you want. Be who you're quote-unquote supposed to be. Watch me dance, dance the night away. My heart could be burning, but you won't see it on my face. No matter what my true desires are, I can't let them show. I can't show what's in my heart because it's not what people expect or what they want to see. Watch me dance, dance the night away. I'll still keep the party running, not one hair out of place. Keep up appearances, behave as expected, then no one will suspect anything and you won't have to confront that empty pit in your soul. The darkness you know is in there telling you everything is wrong. Lately, I've been moving close to the edge, still be looking my best. I stay on the beat, you can count on me, I ain't missing no steps. She's getting closer to realizing and accepting the truth. But no, we can't let ourselves do that. We have responsibilities and obligations to society. No, ignore it. Keep doing what you're expected to. Ignore that edge. Don't take the leap. The Matrix does this too, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When my heart breaks, they never see it, never see it. When my world shakes, I feel alive. I feel alive. I don't play it safe. Don't you know about me? This is the turning point. Nobody has seen the heartbreak of living a lie, but the ground is no longer stable. It's rocking and breaking because the truth is emerging and it makes you feel alive for the first time ever. No more playing it safe. Break free. This song is super transy and is very much about that moment of realization when your world does shake, and it's the most amazing and affirming thing you've ever felt, choosing to drop the act and live your truth.
There's so much about that where it just explores being a performative position in your life living your truth of who you are, but in the closet.
Yeah.
And you're trying to perform in ways that hide, but you're feeling that instability because your truth wants to come out.
Yeah. It gets harder the longer you have to keep it hidden because you don't want to live that lie, and it hurts so bad to keep living that lie. And that the one out trans person in the cast is playing this music is a choice. The record colors are a choice. Look at what it's telling you, how it's confirming what the song is implying. Even more, in this crucial moment in a trans person's journey, Hari Nef gets another vital line. 13 minutes, 28 seconds. This is the best day ever. For a trans person, yeah, it is, at least up until that point, because it's the moment your freedom and self-actualization begin. Given all of this, it's absolutely no surprise that this is when the movie's most iconic and memeable line hits. 13 minutes, 38 seconds. Do you guys ever think about dying? It stops the party cold. And in the metaphor of Dance the Night, the party is going with the flow, doing what's expected of you, conforming to expectations, and that all stops. And this is where I want to remind you of the multiple meanings of the word dying, because transition is very much about the death of the false self for the birth of the true self. Transition is very much treated like a real death by cis people who don't accept us.
Felt that.
Death is metaphorically, throughout history and cultures, a symbol of change. One door closes and another opens. One thing stops so that another may begin. It's transition from one thing to the next. Do you ever think about changing everything about yourself? Do you ever think about leaving your old false life behind? Do you ever think about becoming your true self? Do you ever think about starting a new chapter? Do you ever think about transition? And all of that is wrapped up in this one line that hits at Barbie's crisis point. She's waking up to her truth, and it is changing reality, or rather her perception of reality. She's realizing that the reality she thought was all there was a lie. She's in a reflective outfit, but there's no clear picture reflected, and what it reflects changes as the world and lights around her change. She is changing. You do not have to conform to gender roles or stereotypes. You do not have to be whatever gender someone told you that you were based on your external genitalia. You do not have to look or act a certain way. You only have to be who you truly are. 13 minutes, 56 seconds. I don't know why I said that. I'm just dying to dance. Ha ha. I didn't really mean it. I mean, yay, being a conformo, hooray cisness. Notably, faking being part of the status quo gets the party going again.
There's that plastic allegory again. When you're made of plastic, you're not supposed to change. You're supposed to be in stasis.
Right. You were molded.
Mm-hmm.
We then get the shot of the dance floor mixed with the disco ball, where you can see the reflections in it are all warped. Again, Barbie's world is changing. And look at those colors, all those pinks and blues right up against each other. Transness. 14 minutes, 31 seconds. Ken wants to kiss Barbie, but she's just smiling. This is the first time we've seen these two alone together, a famously romantic couple for half a century. And remember, in The Matrix, every kiss was a moment of vital self-acceptance between Neo and the woman he was inside. Barbie does not kiss him. He leans in and she pointedly does not. She is rejecting the man she never knew how to be, never wanted to be. No, thank you, please, leave me alone. 14 minutes, 45 seconds. Ken, I thought I could stay over tonight. Barbie, why? Ken, because we're girlfriend-boyfriend. Barbie, to do what? Ken, I'm actually not sure. Barbie, I don't want you here. I don't want you here, you man. Super text. 16 minutes, 4 seconds. Barbie's startled awake, not joyous like before. She's back in pink, the lies and doubt about what women are supposed to be, and she's not even fake smiling. It's not right. It doesn't fit, because she's not that kind of woman, and so everything is now wrong.
Yeah, exactly. She has one realization, and so many other things just start making less sense to her in her world, and she realizes, oh, I don't have to embrace this, or I don't have to accept this. I can change.
Absolutely. Yeah, and like you mentioned in the last episode, once you notice the one thing, you start to notice all the other things that are also wrong and lies.
Mm-hmm.
Her hair when she wakes up, the shower, the food, the world is wrong, reality is wrong. This is a comedic version of what it feels like when you have dysphoria, but the world says the problem is you and not that the world has made no place for you in it.
And it's clear that Barbie Land is no different.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It has to be her.
Yeah.
Who's different.
And for the first time, we see Barbie in that royal blue I mentioned, which remember stands for connection. And that's what she's experiencing here, connection with her true self for the first time, and the world doesn't treat her right. 16 minutes, 41 seconds. Her fake toast is burned. 16 minutes, 48 seconds. She gags on the fake milk, which now shows as expired. 17 minutes, 3 seconds. She floats down to her car like before, but falls. All the things that should bring you joy make you miserable and go wrong. She is experiencing gender dysphoria after waking up to her transness. 17 minutes, 21 seconds. Barbie's feet flatten for the first time. She's shocked and weirded out because her body is changing to one she likes better, and she has never experienced that before. Do you see how trans this is?
She's surprised at first, but...
She is.
Yeah, but...
It's surprising.
But by the end of the film, we know, she's very happy about this.
Yeah, in fact, way before the end, we learn about it in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get there. 18 minutes, 10 seconds. Barbie shows the other Barbies her flat feet, and look at those responses. Screaming, yelling, mock barfing. Do I even need to tell you how society responds to trans people when they learn about some of the body changes we might need? 18 minutes, 33 seconds. You're malfunctioning. Again, this is how cis people have treated trans people in our society for a very long time. We're anomalies or disordered or wrong. Again, see the Trans Tuesday on Transmedicalism for just how deeply cis people felt and forced us to feel those things in episode 60 of this podcast.
It's interesting that their main thing is you need to just get back to how you were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And everything will be fine. Right.
I think you're right there. And I think too, the word malfunctioning is what you say to someone who is a robot.
Right.
Yeah. This is
who has been programmed.
Yes. Well done by
yes.
society to be a certain way.
Exactly.
18 minutes, 43 seconds. You're going to have to visit Weird Barbie. Barbie, I have never visited Weird Barbie. That's because you've never malfunctioned. We don't talk to our subconscious and, in fact, ignore what it has to say when we don't want to know what lurks within. 18 minutes, 53 seconds. I heard she used to be the most beautiful Barbie of all, but then someone played with her too hard in the real world. The way you're treated impacts your thoughts of self, even in your subconscious. This is how implicit biases creep in. See the Trans Tuesday on Implicit Queerphobia as a starting point, episode 57 of this show. And then see the Trans Tuesday on Internalized Transphobia for just how insidious societal biases can be in all the ways they mess us up in episode 18 of this show. Thanks for being here, Lexi.
Thanks for having me.
That's all for this week, and we've still only just barely gotten started. Next week, we're going to try to do something about this part of ourselves we just realized, and maybe it's not going to go the way we think. Tilly Bridges, end transmission. Tilly's Trans Tuesdays is hosted by Tilly Bridges and Susan Bridges, with audio editing and sound mixing by Jillian Morgan. The Google Doc and social media versions of this week's topic and all past topics are available at Tilly'sTransTuesdays.com. Special thanks to Daisy and Jane for the use of Sorry Not Sorry as our show's theme music. Please stop by and show your support at daisyandjane.bandcamp.com and soundcloud.com/daisyandjane. You can find me at Tilly Bridges on Blue Sky, Twitter, and Hive, on Mastodon at TillyBridges at mastodon.social, at facebook.com/TillySBridges, and on Insta and Threads at HeckYeahTillyBridges. And you can find Susan on most of those at Susan L. Bridges. You can find Jillian at Audio Jillian on Blue Sky. You can join the Tillyverse Discord server by following the link at the very bottom of Tilly'sTransTuesdays.com. We hold regular watch parties for the Matrix films and other trans movies where I do a live Q&A, and it's blossomed into a wonderfully supportive, compassionate, kind community of friends. We'd love to have you join us. For more information, visit pendantaudio.com. Thanks for listening.